Good afternoon and welcome to this Australian Women's Ice Hockey League game 2 between the Sydney Sirens and the Melbourne Ice for this weekend. Here at Erina Ice Arena on dark and young land, a much colder day today. My name is Sarah Doramaja, and once again, final time for this season, I have Eric Brook with me.
G'day Sarah, g'day everyone. Sometimes it feels like the last day of school.
Doesn't
because
it?
Sometimes you're commentating with a team who isn't going to make finals, but these two teams well and truly in finals. The Ice in third, the Sirens in fourth. It's going to be a fantastic game. The Sirens won 6-4 yesterday, including 4 unanswered goals in the third and final period.
How exciting was that final period? The last 44.9 seconds of a 6-on-3. It was exciting.
So let's have a look at a couple of our featured players, some of our featured players that we know very well. First of all, looking at the Melbourne Ice, both had a chat with her post-game. Shana Godfrey, what a fantastic season she's had so far, as she always does.
A true veteran of the game. She's up to 226 AWIHL games, which I feel like is probably the most anyone. She's an OG. She's been there right from the start. She is definitely the highest point scorer. She is sitting on 387 career points. It's going to take a while for anyone to surpass that. Also, the highest point scorer on the national women's team too.
So fantastic. Great to see Shana yesterday. Still not really used to her wearing a Melbourne Ice jersey yet. I know it's taken some time, but it's good to see her out there for the Ice. One of many options. But let's go to the back of the Ice. Someone that we also had a chat with yesterday after the game. Marnie Pullen, big fans of ours and the coverage, and we're big fans of Marnie.
We always like when people value our work too, so thank you. Yes, Marnie, she's been around for a while. She has played over 50 games for the Melbourne Ice in the AWIHL. Been around for U18 national women's team, for the senior national women's team. Finds her home right in defense. Is great on social media too, so if you don't already follow Marnie Poole on Instagram, she already has 14,000 followers, so add to that tally for her.
Zoom, Marnie, and she's having a career year. Let's go to the other end of the Ice. We mentioned this time yesterday Shelby Thompson. Can't go without mentioning Sarah Edney, the captain. She's having a fantastic year for the Sirens as well.
She indeed is. I mean, every year when Edney's out there, it's going to be a great year, but I mean, you look at those stats, 18 games, and she's got, 18 goals, 20 assists, 38 points in the 15 games played so far. And that just comes normal to her. With some of the games yesterday, Edney is currently not sitting first in the points tally, but she's still sitting up there in second. Let's see what she does tonight, what kind of magic she works.
Absolutely. And having a look at the other end of the Ice shortly, Ella Laikari will be in net for the Sirens this afternoon. You and Ella go back a long way, although you and any goalie go back a long way, to be frank. But let's have a look at Ella as she's warming up.
Ella's currently just
stretching,
sitting on the red line, just getting a little bit of stretching mobility in, letting Neuka have the net for a bit until she jumps in and takes her shots. But as always, she looks dialed in. Very different style of goaltending to what we saw yesterday with Neuka. We know that. How the team plays in front of her, you would think it shouldn't change, but there might be some things. Ella does play the puck more frequently than Neuka does. She's not afraid to come out of her net. She is a tall goalie. She has that dominant presence, but it is going to be very different what she does in net compared to how Neuka plays. And the same thing the other end as well. We know Kayla Best will be starting today. Also plays very differently to how Michaela Pearce played yesterday.
It's very interesting when you compare the two teams at the moment. Sirens are basically 50-50 between the two. Michaela Pearce, who started yesterday, has been doing the majority of the work for the Melbourne Ice. And then you have a look over in the western area of Australia, in Western Australia with the Perth Inferno. Sasha King's played every game so far.
Indeed, and every team does things differently. Sometimes, there were rules in place for minimum games played and things like that. So some teams were using that. Now you can do whatever you want. How it affects development, let's not get into that. But as long as the girls are paying their own way, I'm a fan of equal ice time until it comes to playoffs.
So let's have a look at centre ice now. One of our own. I've spent much time with this lady in the central commentary position. You've spent a lot of time with her as well. We all have a Thought Fox Media Group. And Courtney Kynaston will be dropping the puck for us today.
Yes, so it was always announced from the get-go that the final puck dropper for the season is the winner of the season raffle. And it just happened to be Courtney.
So she's done a lot of work in the media space. She plays basically all year round. She's officiated, so she's very good at that puck dropping motion. I said to her before the game, Court, have you been practicing puck dropping? She says, no, I'm good. So no anthem today, so we'll get straight into the action. The teams will be having their final moments. Let's have a look at our officials on ice.
We have Nick Eyre is back in the red for today. Our lines person, slight change to yesterday. We have Kyle Binstead and Daniel Mann are working the blue line for us today.
So a very, very exciting game. The Sirens will be keen to sweep the weekend, and needless to say, the Ice will be keen for that not to happen. They did split the series in Melbourne. The Ice won on the Saturday, the Sirens won on the Sunday before Christmas.
It was such a tight game yesterday as well. Don't let that scoreline fool you. But there were so many opportunities that the Melbourne Ice, they hit the post or they just couldn't get to a rebound, or Naoka just happened to be in the way. So many chances. It could have easily been a win for them yesterday, but they are definitely coming out hungry today. They're going to want to get the puck first, get that first shot on net, try and get on the board early, because they are hungry for this 3 points to get back into that second spot on the ladder.
And the Ice did outshoot the Sirens by some margin yesterday.
They did. It was somewhat significant. I think it was at least 10 between them, perhaps.
So Danielle Butler will be taking the opening face-off for the Melbourne Ice up against Kath McConey. Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. Let's play that hockey. It will come back now for the Sirens and Kelsey Lang. Lang looking to attack the net early. Digging. And Melbourne say stay out of the blue paint, Kelsey Lang. Good save there. Nice way to warm Kayla Best up.
Nice way to warm her up, but the Melbourne Ice, they are not enjoying the tappity-tap-tap on Kayla Best, but she is awake. She had that puck cover. We now have a face-off in Melbourne Ice's defensive end. Attacking
zone face-off, one there by McConey. Sirens on the attack early. Danielle Butler trying to clear it out, and that will come back in Zamboni corner. Clearing it out only as far as McConey, centering pass, finds Butler. Butler with it now, looking to go straight down the middle. Likes working in traffic, Butler. Has a nice pass, but it was a bit wide for Nelson, and that will come back. And it's nice to see Taylor Nelson. This is her fourth game in the A-Dub, and she started the game.
It is nice to see that, giving the young ones a bit of a run, but also at this end of the season, you're also trying to think ahead to finals as well. Get the girls get their minimum games in so they can qualify, so they are an option for you. Attacking
zone face-off. Shelby Thompson in the face-off now against Danielle Butler. Attacking zone face-off for the Sirens after the icing call. Ice trying to clear it out. Here's Shana Godfrey orbiting behind her own net. Clears it out. Tapped on there by Nelson. Here's Butler now getting around one. Firing, and Laikari just stands up. Receives a drive-by from Butler on the way through. No problem there on her left-hand post.
See, Ella Laikari wasn't quite happy about the extra tap at the end. Sirens girls chose not to get in there. It's a bit of a, well, you did it to us, we'll do it to you.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Ice. Emily Davis-Tope takes it. In some traffic, Christina Julian, kept in the zone by Raimondo. Got the team MVP yesterday, Isabella Raimondo. Davis-Tope in traffic, fires, but was wide. Was closer to the cafe than the net. Battle up against the boards, Raimondo. Anderson had a fantastic game for the Ice yesterday. Anderson in the corner, clears it out, still manages to regain possession, passing it off now to Julian. Julian looking for a tap-in in front. Anderson again, weaving, swerving, trying to fire, but Edney was there, sending that one to the corner. It will come back now for the Sirens, cleared out. In a neutral ice we go. Coming back to Thompson. Good battle with St. Omar up against the boards. Even battle in the end. St. Omar comes up with the puck. The battle still continues. Reinforcements arrive in the form of Davis, Tope and Edney. Back to centre ice we go. Annika Schmitz now driving the net. Has no support for the moment. The Sirens in the middle of a line change. Herring kept it in the zone well, firing from distance and a good save. Nobody directly in front. An easy shot there for Best.
I like with Schmitz what she chose to do. She could have just gone to shoot on net. Instead, she decides to go around, wait for some players to come and makes the pass up and to get another shot on net onto Kayla Best for an easy save. Attacking
zone face-off for the Sirens to the left-hand side of Best. Dutton now trying to clear it out for the Ice. Clears it to neutral ice. Dash. Newmark. Newmark just goes across the ice. Herring. Cochrane. Sirens entering the zone. Caruso had a hands full underneath the scoreboard. Over to Zamboni corner. Dutton. Baker. Lang. Mayer. Got herself a great goal yesterday. Debate if that was her first ever in A-Dub. Definitely first for the season. Ice try and clear it out. Finding Tara Baker now on the half wall. Clears it out right-hand side. Finds Sarah Dash. Dash up against the boards. Mayer there. Baker there as well. Trying to find York. Steph Cochrane in good position. Both overskated in the end. Cleaned up by the Ice. Kept in the zone well by the Sirens on the blue line. High and wide was Kelsey Lang in the next suburb, really. Too high. Sirens still battling up against the boards. Reinforcements from both teams. Charlotte Rowe with it now fires. Good right pad save there by Best. It'll be back now for McConey. Working in front. Looking for a player in the crease or thereabouts. It was good work there from Lang. Lang playing forward recently. Lang fires into the Melbourne Ice logo of Kayla Best.
It is nice to see Kayla facing some shots but making somewhat, I'd like to call them easy saves. They're coming straight at her and she's just covering them up, not letting any rebounds go.
16:34 remaining in the first. Sirens and Ice nil-alls. Ice yet to get a shot on the board. Danielle Butler was close. Now they cleared out the Ice. Shana Godfrey has Marnie Zoom Zoom pulling for company. Clears it out the right-hand side. Nelson, Edney, Gregorievas. Edney, Nelson, Butler. Butler with a bit of time and space, so had Sarah Edney breathing down her neck. Godfrey on the left-hand side, just happy to dump it in. First to the puck of the Ice. Poppy Noon now. Clears it out right-hand side. Kept in by the Ice. Cross ice pass D to D for the Sirens. They managed to clear it out. Here's Brunt. Brunt 2-on-1. Brunt looks to fire, does fire. Deflected by Best. Makes herself big in front of the goal frame. And the puck goes high off the stick of Brunt. Partial line change for the Ice coming up. Butler comes off. Pullen almost dispossessed. It will come back now. Christina Julian briefly. Kelsey Lang. Lang winds up, selects power drive. Big rebound cleaned up by Anderson as the puck headed towards the scoreboard corner. Anderson trying to squeeze through a gap. It wasn't a big gap. McConey was there along with York. Attempt goes wide. Ice is slippery. Kept in the zone by Rowe. And that will come back. Kelsey Lang first to the puck again. Emily Davis-Tope. Cleared out by the Ice now. The Ice via Anderson. Anderson looking across all the lines. Right-hand side. Entering the zone. Stops, props. Hits the goal frame. Finds Davis-Tope, who's got her hands full as well. Anderson again. St. Amar was slightly wide. Julian backdoor opportunity and well saved Ella Kari. We know Christina Julian's has got a cannon, and Ella really had to get down by that left-hand post.
She did. I think if CJ could have had that shot just a little bit earlier, she could have found the back of the net just with where it was and how it came out.
Back now for Sam Payne. Payne looks to clear it out. Gets around Baker. Well kept in the zone by Steph Cochran. Captain of the Ice, former captain of the Sirens, current captain of the women's national team. Dutton coming back now for the Ice. Leaves it behind her, unfortunately. Recovers. Ice looking to clear it out via Mayer. Kept in the zone well there by Steph Newmark. Is it compulsory to be Stephanie in the number 15 playing for Sirens? So if your name's not Stephanie, you can't make it in the 15? Ella Curry just whacks it down to herself. Cleared out. Annika Schmitz with a bit of time and space fires, just block it aside there by Best. Clearing it out now in a neutral ice. Ups. Thinks about promoting the puck. Partial line change underway for the Sirens. Edney the only one down there at the moment as the troops arrive now. Captain Edney. Herring, cross ice pass, but it was tapped on there by Godfrey. Godfrey against Arps. This will be a good battle. Godfrey with the speed. Tried to come inside. Didn't get inside. Arps had done enough. And the play breaks down. Back to neutral ice we go. Danielle Butler. Nelson briefly. Here's Godfrey on the opposite side of the rink, but Arps is there. Arps clearing it out. Finds Ebony Brunt on the left-hand side. Gets it in despite the attention of Butler and Godfrey. And there is a penalty coming in favour of the Sirens. Melbourne Ice will touch up. Penalty box door will be opening and Siren Sarah will be heading to the power play.
That will be Sharna Godfrey is heading to the box. So the Sirens find themselves on their first power play of the evening. El Lakari was heading to the bench, couldn't quite make it in time. But this is a good opportunity for the Sirens. They've already got 6 shots versus Melbourne Ice's 1. They are going to be looking to possess the puck and take as many shots as they can. 13
minutes on the clock. First power play of the afternoon for the Sirens. Big battle up against the boards. Newmark there amongst others. Safety first. Lakari has no support. Has to find the support herself in the form of Edney. Back now for Lang. Lang at her own defensive end. Sirens on the power play for the next minute 40. The Ice doing a good job of keeping them hemmed down here. Now they go left Sirens. Entering the zone now is Katormson. Katormson cross ice pass intended for Newmark possibly. Ended up now Lang working down low. Here's Edney heading towards the top of the umbrella. Back now for Lang. Newmark close. The puck's still free in the slot. I thought the Melbourne Ice player was going to get it in the back of the net themselves. St. Omar just trying to get it back and eventually saved there by Best.
A couple of opportunities there as well. Sirens, they are strong on their power play, but we know that Melbourne Ice equally as strong. A couple of shots, few opportunities, trying to get the rebound, and in the end, Michaela Best just absorbs it.
Attacking zone face-off in the continuation of the Sirens power play. In front, Best. Thompson was digging. No goal. Thompson appealed for a goal. The referee, Nick Eyre, a lot closer than what we are, immediately ruled no goal.
He had already blown the whistle as well. So there won't be any interference or anything like that on that because the whistle was already blown.
66 seconds of Sirens power play time. Safety first again, Makari. Plays it back now for Redney. And that's a good example of what you were talking about, Sarah, how Ella likes to play the puck. Big long stretch pass on the right-hand side. Entering the zone now. Sirens looking to attack there for Katormson. Katormson again with the puck. Battle now with Christina Julian in the corner. Katormson up against Cochrane now. Julian coming in to assist, as is Newmark. Battle up against the boards. The puck just needs to continue to move. This is good for the ISO. Eating valuable seconds out of the Sirens penalty. Out of the power play. Edney keeps it in the zone. Finds Katormson on the far side. Katormson has got McCaney for company. Lang heading towards the blue line. Katormson left-hand circle. Drops it off for Lang. Lang thinks about a shot. Katormson top of the umbrella. Edney. 5 seconds of power play remaining. Katormson winds up. Power drive, scores! Shelby Katormson put that one in the museum as well.
Guttormson doing Guttormson things. We know that the power play is effective. We know that Melbourne Ice have been strong on what we're calling the power kill as well. But they make the puck do the work. They find options. Guttormson there up high in the slot just manages to get it over Kayla Best's shoulders. Sirens are up 1-0.
Wowee, that was a snipe from distance.
A beautiful 1-2.
1-0 Sirens. Ice now try and clear it out of centre ice. It will come back now for Charlotte Rowe. Power play goal for the Sirens. York now. D-to-D pass, Charlotte Rowe. Right hand side, it was dangerous. Rowe and the Ice have gone offside.
So similar to yesterday as well, Sirens opening things up with the power play goal to get things going. You can see that they want to maintain the lead as well. They want to maintain that lead to just dominate this game. They are very hungry for those 3 points. 11 shots to the Sirens versus 1 to the Ice.
Edney versus Butler. Neutral zone face-off closest to the Sirens penalty box. Noon has to come all the way back. Was full. She had a front windscreen full of Danielle Butler. Now they clear it out to centre ice. Brunt. Almost a collision there. Guttormson back on the ice. And Arps just happy to promote the puck in the attacking zone. Marnie Pullen. Poppy Noon. Wild pass to Arps all the way back. She has to go to her own goal line. Arps pressured there by Dash initially, then Butler. Gets around Butler, Brunt. Now they're into neutral ice. Here's Guttormson again. Guttormson driving the net. Edney driving. If Guttormson doesn't score, Edney must.
It's just a work of art. I don't know how much space is in this art gallery in the museum, but the way that Guttormson and Edney just work together and read off each other, so much unselfish play. They look for each other. Guttormson had every opportunity to shoot, but sees Edney just creeping, nobody on her, gives it to her on the left hand, and away she goes, forehand shot. Sirens are up 2-0.
Sarah Edney must be enjoying playing with Shelby Guttormson this season. St. Amar with it now under the scoreboard, and all of a sudden it's Sydney Sirens 2-0. Thanks to Edney and Guttormson. St. Amar with it now up against Guttormson. Battle up against the boards. Anderson, St. Amar, as Davis Tope for company. Elects to go find Anderson. Anderson, Davis Tope now down the left-hand side on the charge. Davis Tope up against Herring. Is that a penalty? No, the arm stays down. In the corner, Anderson amongst others. Puck needs to continue to move. Great aggression in the corners, something that both teams are known for. Raimondo can't keep it in the zone. Here's Ava Caruso now. Caruso tries to fire, but St. Amar was there. Schmitz does fire. Sticked away there by Best. Back now for Anderson. Anderson with the nice pass for Davis Tope, but Davis Tope had her hands full. Talented family, the Davis Tope family. It'll come back now for Raimondo. Raimondo looking to clear it out and does. Back now for Sam Payne. D-to-D pass for Charlotte Rowe. Gave Anderson a bit more chance to catch. Another D-to-D pass. And that will come back now. She's got a bit of a roaming commission after the last couple of weeks. Kelsey Lang. Raimondo again. Lang, Raimondo, St. Amar. St. Amar with it. Clears it out. Finds Nelson. Nelson to centre ice. Here's an opportunity. Here's Godfrey. Or in or alone. Great pad save there. Ella Lakari. Godfrey was off to the races. Butler. Lang amongst others up against the half boards. Nelson comes in to lend a hand. The puck needs to continue to move. And it does. Can't actually see the puck from where we are. Big battle up against the boards. And finally our referee, Mr. Nick Ayres, has had enough of that one.
That's what Kath McConey was calling for. It's like, how much longer do you need to wait? There is a reason why Ella Lakari is at the top of the goaltender stats. because of this save, just sticks that pad out, denies China Godfrey from scoring goal. She hasn't had to do a lot this game, but that's two shots she's faced, and she's made great saves on both of them.
Butler guides into the face-off dot. Attacking zone face-off coming up for the ice. Sirens trying to clear it out of their own end. Grigorieva's with it now, briefly. Butler up against Rowe. Butler. She's got great manoeuvrability, Butler, in some tight spaces. Now the Sirens clear it out all the way down. That will miss everybody and everything, and that, Sarah, will come back for icing.
You can see the look on Charlotte Rowe's face as soon as she let that one go and saw where it was going. Obviously not to its intended destination. She was looking for, I think it was Kath McConey, she was trying to pass it through, couldn't quite connect. But we come back, reset, do it all over again.
Sarah Dash against Kath McConey. One there by Dash. Dutton, happy to remain in the corner. Cleo Mayer first to the puck. Lucy York. Kelsey Lang. Lang on the attack. Dash watchful in Zamboni corner. Delivers it, but unfortunately delivers it to a Sirens player. Thompson had a pocket pick there. It was great work. Nimisomic was there, absolutely picked the pocket of Thompson. Thompson, oh, that must have hurt Cochrane down. She's getting up. Contact in the corner. And that will come back for icing.
No call on that one. Cochrane, she did get back up onto her feet. It took a little bit of time, but she did get back up, which is good to see. And Thompson lost her stick in the process and now was giving it back. There you go.
She got her hand delivered. How's that for service?
That is a nice service.
Attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. Edney will take it. Edney will win it and fires. Right-hand post. Best waiting.
Oh, that could have snuck in, but Best did have that one covered. But we do know that Edney is very good at finding gaps and will make you pay for it.
She's very good at sirening.
She's great. She's one of our favourite mermaids.
One of the captions down the bottom of the screen would need to be a ticker for all of Sarah Edney's achievements and what leagues she's played in. Battle up against the boards, right near the Sirens penalty box. Edney, cross-ice pass. Another cross-ice pass, but this time found Anderson. Anderson against Edney. Anderson clearing it in. It will come back now for Gabby Arps. Arps clears it out, but only as far as an ice player. Davis Tope setting up in the slot. There is a penalty coming. It'll be against the Sirens. Extra attacker coming on for the ice. Delayed penalty. Ice saved there by Lakari. Sirens haven't got possession yet. Or they were ruled to have touched up. Penalty box door will be opening.
And it is Gabby Arps heading to the penalty box. She did see herself in the box twice yesterday. Melbourne Ice, we do know that they are very, very strong on their power play. So they will be looking to set something up, get some shots on net, and they're going to try and get something past Ella Lakari. So far, only 3 shots on Ella Lakari this game.
So the Sirens basically having to bring out PP2 because PP1 had just done a shift. Attacked his own face-off and started the ice power play. Kept in the zone via Godfrey at the top of the umbrella. Here's Cochrane. Cochrane fires and gobbled up there on the half volley by Lakari, showing no signs of the collision in the corner. Cochrane with Thompson a few moments ago.
Indeed, and it's nice to see the girls when they can get straight back into it after they've been hit.
Back now for Cochrane, right-hand side. Walks the line, trying to find somebody in the slot. Baker was there, cleared out by Lang, but only as far as the half wall on the far side. Godfrey, pass almost finds Butler, almost out of the, or was out of the zone, so the ice had to retreat. McCaney clears it out, only as far as Butler. And played with a high stick, but no penalty.
No penalty on that, but it will come all the way back down to the Melbourne Ice defensive end. They are on the power play. But we do know the Sirens were able to score shorthanded yesterday.
Yeah, this is a great scenario for the Sirens at the moment. Thompson will take the attacking zone face-off. Edney to the left. Sam Payne behind her to the left. St. Amar with it now. Minute 25 of the ice power play, but they're at the wrong end briefly. Dash. Nice pass here for Julianne. Julianne cross ice pass now for Davis Tope. Davis Tope back for Anderson. Anderson, St. Amar, top of the umbrella. St. Amar fires, got a player in the slot. No action required by Lakari. Davis Tope up against Herring. Battle in the corner. 1 minute of the ice power play remaining. They regain possession in the slot. Edney was there, should just be able to clear it out. Clears it out enough. Back into towards neutral ice, St. Amar. Julian, cross ice pass. Nice passing for Anderson. Anderson entering the zone now up against Herring. Anderson still in possession, just looking for a lane that's open. St. Omar, top of the umbrella. Thinks about firing. Anderson right-hand side. Anderson fires like Curry. Gets enough on it. Comes out. Herring completes the transaction. Kept in the zone by Anderson. 30 seconds of the ice power play remaining. Davis Tope, right-hand corner from their point of view. Back for St. Amar. St. Amar fires but was wide. Pressured by Edney on the way through. Ice still with it, Julian. Anderson fires. Tapped in front. Got the initial shot. Didn't get the rebound. Ice with a power play goal. 4:22 remaining. 2-1 Sirens.
It took them 1:45 in that power play to generate something to get on the scoreboard. But you can see when we do get to the replay that they did find that backdoor seam to get it past, get a shot on Ella Lakari. There is the rebound to put it past. The game is now 2-1, still in favour of the Sirens. 4 minutes 22 left in this first period.
Sarah Dash, her first goal of the season. So power plays and special teams, very, very important in this game. Danielle Butler now entering the zone for the Ice. Butler walks in, drives in, and they've just gone bang, bang, bang.
There's going to be a conversation about that one. I believe the Zebras will come together.
We haven't seen a firm yes or no answer from the Zebras yet. No goal, waved off.
I think Melbourne Ice beg to differ on that one. We can just watch the replay, see what we can see from Aaron. Did it actually cross the line? Oh, it's hard to tell from that one.
Post out. Up against the boards, Butler. That would have been very, very important from an Ice point of view. 2 bang-bang goals. But there is still in good position, the Ice. The puck just needs to continue to move.
But the puck decides not to move, so we have a whistle. We're just going to see that one again. Where it hit on the post. Slowing it right down. Oh, nope, did not cross the line. I think it's just hard to tell with the angle of it when it's up in the air.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Ice. Butler. Gloria Avis. Butler again up against Arps and McConey. Cafe corner. Reinforcements arrive. Godfrey coming in. Nelson coming in. Puck needs to continue to move, and it does ever so slightly in the corner there. The puck comes out in favour of the Sirens. Out of the zone. And here's an opportunity for McConey. McConey steaming in. Nice delivery of the pass, and it was a good shot there by Lucy York. Great save there from Best. The action's been at the other end of the ice for a moment.
It has been, and it's been similar saves for Kayla Best throughout. She has faced 15 shots so far, but they're going straight to her, even though Kath McConey was looking for York to try and get a backdoor shot going on. Attacking
zone face-off, one there by McConey. Mayer, right-hand side, deflected. Steph Cochran has it now in scoreboard corner. 3:10 remaining in the first period. Sirens 2-1. Dropped off there. Firing from distance was Yates, giving her team a chance, opportunity to change should they need to. York trying to clear it up against the half boards. Now the Sirens clear it into neutral ice. That will come back now for Kelsey Lang. Lang battling, stops, props, has Dutton in front. Big air swing there by Mayer. Good work there. And the Sirens have gone offside.
Talking before about Mayer, did she score her first goal ever? Some of the stats online just aren't there, and there is that asterisk to say that they may not be. So we would have to go and look through all the records.
Back now, it'll come back in towards Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in about 2.5 minutes. Anderson on the half wall, clears it out. still in play. Good work there up against the boards. Davis Tope amongst others. Christina Julian. Davis Tope fires. Davis Tope gets one for the ice and equalises. What Danielle Butler didn't do a few moments ago, EDT has, and she's dynamite.
Indeed she was. I think that one just snuck through on Lakari's 5-hole, but EDT just there in the slot. Nobody on her, nobody trying to tie up her stick or anything, just sneaks right in there. Guttormsson tries to block that pass, but EDT connects with it. 2-all.
2-all, back to centre ice we go. Newmark now looking to clear it out. Emily Davis-Tope. Anderson, Herring. Cross ice pass was a bit wide for Payne. So Anderson swoops. Back now for Payne. Payne clearing it all, trying to clear it out. Backdoor escape route. Anderson again. She really deserves a goal for her efforts this weekend. Carmen Anderson for the ice. Back now for Julian. Julian between the 5-hole of Davis-Tope. Davis-Tope again up against Payne. Reinforcements. Anderson fires and Ikari stands up and holds.
So with that goal from ADT that Christina Julian that she assisted on, and also assisted on the previous goal, if the stats that I found online were correct, she is on 199 points.
Wow. Attacking zone face-off coming up for the ice. Butler in it, up against McConey. Funky angle for Rowe as she was trying to clear it off the board. Shana Godfrey, 93 seconds remaining in the period. Godfrey in traffic. York clears it out now. Lang using the boards. Pullen turns and chases. Good battle up against the boards. Pullen gets a better of that one. And now she can clear it out. Back to centre ice. Charlotte Rowe trying to get around a couple. Sirens look to enter the zone. Now they're well and truly in the zone. McConey. Heavy collision up against the boards. Both players come back up. Ice to clear it out now. Here's Godfrey. Mayer's the only obstacle so far. Godfrey skates in, fires, and like Hurry again. Ever dependable holds.
It's good for Mayer, just defending that one, just not giving lots of room for Godfrey to try and find her way through. She does like to cut right in front to be able to take her shot, but lots of pressure on that, but Ella Lakari still able to save that one.
48.8 seconds remaining in the period. Sirens 2, Ice 2. Shots on favouring the Sirens 15-12. Arps, Anderson, Davis-Tope, Edney. Now they clear it out. That will come all the way back down, and that will come back for icing. 36.4 seconds remaining in the period.
So close. Not too long ago, Ice hadn't taken a whole lot of shots on net. Seems like the Sirens, they got ahead and they took their foot off the accelerator a little bit, and Melbourne Ice is starting to catch up a little.
Tucking zone face off. One there by Davis-Tope. Edney trying to clear it out of the zone for Sirens. Kept in briefly by Anderson. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Here comes the Sirens again. Pass intended for Brunt, but that was well kept in the zone by Gabby Arps briefly. Anderson with control, 20 seconds. Christina Julian. Herring has to turn and chase. Edney there as well. It was a good battle between Edney and Julian. Anderson now behind the net. Julian Ups does a good job of clearing it out. Santa Mar fires, but it just got a lot of Guttormsson on the way through. Back now for Brunt. Good battle there with Anderson to see the end of the period. At the end of the first period, Sarah, it is Sirens 2, Ice 2.
And it could have been very different. It almost looked like the Sirens were just going to take the game from the get-go. First two goals, Guttormsson scoring on the power play, and then Edney scores one at full strength. Responded by Dash with a power play goal, and then Davis-Tope scoring to tie up the game 2-0. It's already been exciting. Let's see what the second period's going to bring.
Absolutely. Lots of action here. Two long-term traditional rivals. The Sirens have won the competition 3 times. The Ice have won it 8 times. Both teams are still in touch for finals. The Ice currently 3rd, the Sirens 4th. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. At the end of the first period, Sydney Sirens 2, Melbourne Ice 2, back soon. Welcome back to Erina Ice Arena. And linespersons are on the ice for the second period. Sirens 2, Ice 2. Sarah, let's have a look at our head-to-head stats after one period.
Let's look at them indeed. So we have 2 goals apiece. The shots on net weren't as balanced early on, but now they kind of are, favouring the Sirens 15 to Melbourne Ice's 12. Goalie stats, you can see them. Penalties 1 apiece, 1 to Sharna Godfrey and then 1 to Gabby Arps. And then
both successful.
Both successful power play goals.
And interesting, having a look at some more stats during the break, the Sirens are now actually the top power play team in the league. The Ice are second. In the other department, in the penalty kill department, the Ice are third and the Sirens are fifth. Let's have a look at the ladder quickly. Very, very important. The Inferno, they played this morning against the Adelaide Rush. They're in first with 4 games to play. The Brisbane Lightning are just kicking off proceedings against the Melbourne Ducks in Melbourne. They're currently second. The Ice in action here on third. The Sirens also in action in fourth. And thanks to the Perth Inferno sweeping the Adelaide Rush, there's a 9-point gap in between 4th and 5th. Adelaide have to do a lot right. The Sirens have to do a lot wrong to miss finals from here. Still mathematically possible. And the Melbourne Ducks in action as well this afternoon in their debut season in the A-Dub.
Indeed, still mathematically possible, but it is so tight at the top end of this that everyone's just fighting to get maximum points because it matters where you finish in that ladder, who you end up playing against in the semi-finals.
And at the start of the next period, we'll have a look and we'll see what these 2 teams have got coming up, which will be very, very important indeed. This, by the way, is the last Sirens home game of the season. It
is indeed. It's been exciting to be a part of this, and this game has certainly been exciting, has been all weekend. The second period yesterday, the Sirens kind of fell asleep and they only managed 4 shots on net, but it was enough for head coach Anne-Lee Quisler to go and say some words to the girls in the change room, pull your heads in, do what you do best, and they came out firing in the third period. I imagine that maybe slightly different choice of words in this last intermission we had, but the Sirens were dominating the first half of that first period and then kind of just took a little bit of backstep and allowed Melbourne Ice to catch up to have the 2-2 game. So I'm sure Sirens are going to come out firing because they want to get ahead in this game and really fight to get all 3 points. So
the top 5 on the ice for the Ice already. Sirens now joining them. Both goalies moving into position. Shots on goal favouring the Sirens 15-12 after 20 minutes of action. Edney against Davis Tope. Fired in by Christina Julien. It will come back for Poppy Noon. Up against the boards in scoreboard corner. Ice in possession via Anderson, battling there with Edney. Good shot, or good attempted shot by Anderson, but it was wide. Back now, Julien centering pass. Anderson in some traffic. Sirens scooping it down for themselves and clearing it out via Arps. Arps now looking to cross all the lines, like seagulls fighting over a chip there. Battle up against the boards. Thompson getting involved amongst others. Ice working it out via Christina Julien. Edney. Ramundo has to come back for the Ice. Ramundo back in towards neutral ice with the puck. Davis Tope. Battle on the half wall. Ice looking to get out of the defensive third. Here's Anderson with a lot of time and space coming across. Anderson thinks, fires, and tapped in front. Christina Julien, was a great shot by Anderson. Julien there to clean up.
Just a little turnover sent her flying. She had the option to pass it to Julien, who was coming down on the back door. Herring could only do so much. And as always, you have to try and cut that passing option. But she takes that shot from somewhat high and puts it through. Melbourne Ice have taken the lead.
She puts it in herself. See, that fooled me because Christina Julien was surely on the spot there, but Anderson all by herself up against the boards, and that's the sort of statement, Sarah, that you want to make at the start of the second period.
Which was similar to yesterday when Melbourne Ice just came out firing in that second.
Back now for Cleo Mayer. That will come all the way back down. Danielle Butler behind her own net at the cafe end. Cleo Mayer keeps it in the zone briefly. Butler now steaming past the bench. Coming back in towards neutral ice. Battle up against the boards. The puck needs to continue to move near the ice bench. It'll come back now for Marnie Pullen. Shana Godfrey, the pass was just a bit too wide for her. Road pocket pick by Dash. Dash looking for goal number 2. She was on the spot, knocking on the doorstep of Laikari. Shot from distance, doesn't make it all the way. It will come back now in the slot. Backhanded shovel there by Dash. Cleo Mayer trying to clear it out. Baker there, Rowe there. Clearing it out, trying to clear it out of the Sirens. Right-hand side, they've got a bit of time and space now. Go straight up the middle as if they're on the penalty kill, but they're not. And that will come back for icing.
Sirens will be looking for a line change as soon as they can. They can't right now, obviously. But we're just going to look at that goal again just to see how actually it went in. There's Anderson just charging down on the right wing. Lines up, takes the shot. Just sneaks in.
But what a great option, Christina Julian on that side.
She
Just
was
in,
there ready
just
for
in
it.
case there was a rebound. Actually fooled me live to the naked eye. It's a great value of replays. It'll come back now. Sirens trying to clear it out of their own defensive end. Back in the neutral ice. Steph Cochran coming all the way back. She'll come back for Anderson. Anderson now. Pressure up against the boards. It was good work there by York. Cochran again entering the zone now, top of the umbrella. Has some support on the right-hand side. The puck balloons. And it will come back now for the Sirens in the form of York. Battle near the penalty boxes. Schmitz, briefly. Ramundo off the back goal frame. Trying to find Sanamar, finds Anderson instead. Anderson. Got one goal to her name already. Davis Tope contributing. Julian powering after the puck. Laikari helps it around the corner. Anderson on the half wall. The ice heavily slanted towards the ice at the moment. That will come all the way back down. And that, by the narrowest of margins, will come back for icing.
Almost made it to the gate. She was looking for it. But these passes need to connect. The girls need to maintain possession of the puck if they want to go and get more shots on and get more goals. Melbourne Ice have already this period put 3 shots on El Lakari. Sirens have had none.
15 apiece on the shot clock. One there by Danielle Butler. Sirens looking to clear it out now. And they do. Good Gloria Avis there. Pinballs it around. They'll come back for Herring. Herring clears it. Avoids Payne. Centering pass now. It'll come back. Godfrey on the charge against Herring. Herring in good position. Clears it out. D-to-D pass. Now they clear it out the left-hand side. Partial line change for the ice. Coming down the left-hand side. Good battle there. Brunt was stopped. Well kept in the zone by Herring and gets a decent shot on as well as she comes off. And that will come back now to Gloria Avis. Butler. Cochran comes in to lend a hand. Arms stay down. Marnie Pullen clears it out. Kept in the zone by Poppy Noon. Edney. Thompson, Cochran, battle up against the boards. Ice still trying to clear it out of their defensive end. Good work, Kelsey Lang. Back into neutral ice now. The Sirens have to turn and chase. Just under 15 minutes remaining in the second period. Gabby Arps now. Nice pass for Edney. Edney fires but was high. Dash. Battle up against the boards. Pullen. Came off the knob of the stick. How's that for detail? And that will come back for icing.
And that is why you never cut the top off your goalie stick. For
Really?
this reason. No, yeah, well, there's multiple reasons, but this is one of them because it gives that extra bit of protection, and that's why the shot, it looked like it went high, but it just came off the knob of the stick to then go flying into the netting.
Well, it did end up flying high indeed. Off the knob. Back now for Kath McCaney now. Lang in front. Firing from distance. York in the slot. Cleared out by Cochrane. Baker with it now. Out of the zone. Good work there by Baker up against the boards. And that will come back. Cochrane has to turn and chase. Cochrane against York. Lang coming in to lend a hand. Dash now with it for the ice. Dash now. Sirens in the middle of the line change. Had to be careful for too many on the ice and they've been caught. Let's see, the referee is going to confirm with the lines person.
He's so close.
No.
Because it was still within that 1.5 meter ruling and they never actually touched the puck. So it's always the person that's coming on the ice can't touch the puck, otherwise it gets called. And the referee Nick Ayres is now explaining that to the Melbourne ice bench.
And the player had good foresight at least try and get back off the ice, the one who was coming on. Very, very close there. But that's what can happen when you do your line changes and have the puck over the same side of the ice on the fly. Neutral zone face-off in close in front of the Sirens bench. Sirens looking to go on the attack now. Grandstand side. St. Omar, Julianne. It's got Davis Hope flying through. Back for Anderson. Anderson was full of Schmitz. It'll come back now for Anderson. On the attack. Julian again. Anderson. St. Omar, top of the umbrella. Brunt will try and clear it out. Kept in the zone by the ice. It was good work by Newmark. Julianne leaving the puck behind briefly. Payne heavily involved there. Anderson. Julianne firing. Lakari at the left-hand post. Ice still on the attack through Anderson. It'll come back now across the face of goal. And certainly sweating on that pass there was Julianne. Back now for Anderson. Davis Tope in the immediate vicinity. Anderson fires. Julian looking for a backdoor opportunity, trying to squeeze it in. It's still in the slot. The puck's free. It's out of the slot briefly. Sirens need to completely get it out of the zone, and they can't. Anderson keeps it in. It'll come back now for Julian, swerving in traffic. Gets forced wide. Good work there by Payne and Newmark. And Herring is there as well. Cleared out by the Sirens finally. And they get a chance to breathe via Caruso. No icing. Raimondo first to the puck for the ice. Clears it out. Davis Tope completely gets it out of the zone now, followed by Anderson. Partial line change coming up for the Sirens. Dumped in by Anderson. The ice doing the same thing now. Battle up against the boards. Danielle Butler trying to squeeze it in, and I think she has. She has. The ice have managed to squeeze it in. 4-2. Is this the same script as yesterday, Sarah?
It quite possibly could be. We saw before that Christine Julian was kind of left on her own before and had a couple opportunities, but Ella Lakari shut that down. And in this
Great
one,
work
Danielle
there by
Butler just creeps in front, and you just keep hacking at the puck because it's not fully covered up, and it finds its way through.
So Godfrey cleaned it up in the end. She was doing the initial digging there, Danielle Butler, and then Shana Godfrey just came and finished the job off. That will come back now for the ice. 4-2, 12 minutes remaining. Godfrey fires, was just wide. It'll come back for Noon. Now they'll clear it out. Gabby Arps. Thompson. Back for Edney. Edney enters the zone now. Looking back for Thompson. Finds her on the trailer. Thompson up against the boards. Marnie pulling there. Sarah Dash there. Thompson getting the better of that battle. Arps keeps it in the zones. Selects power drive. Cleared out there. She got a lot of it best in the corner. Air swing there by Edney. Dash. Pulling. Trying to clear it out. Does that all the way down. And that will come back for icing.
We were talking about pre-game, these two goalies and how different they are compared to what we had yesterday. But even you see that Kayla Best, she has fantastic positioning. but she doesn't necessarily have the same speed as what Michaela Pearce has.
Attacking zone face-off. McConey trying to get the better of that one. Marnie pulling again with the puck. Puck behind the ice net. Cleo Mayer scored from a similar position yesterday. Finds Lang. York. Battle up against the boards. York, Dash, Thompson. Here's an opportunity. Here's Nelson. Nelson drags in. Can't get a shot on. Can't get a decent shot on. She had Mayer sweating all over her, and she did enough.
That's just comes down to a bit of experience there. So Mayer, you could see her, that she was cutting it on the inside, trying to force Nelson wide, just giving her enough pressure to make her cough up the puck.
Could have quite easily conceded a penalty depending on her approach, but she did well there as well. Not the oldest defender in the book either, Cleo Mayer. So it was a good battle between a couple of young guns.
Smart plays.
You know, Taylor Nelson's, this is her 4th game of A-dub. Her eyes must have lit up like Christmas trees through the slot there. Herring can't control it. Back for Cochrane. Cochrane clears it, finds Davis Tope, entering the zone now. Tope winds up, and that was high and wide behind the net. Davis Tope chasing the rebound. Sirens trying to keep it out of the zone. Through the legs of Dutton. On the attack now. Here come the Sirens via Caruso. Caruso wide off the skates of Cochrane. Out of the zone. Sirens taking advantage of a line change. And they clear it out. Baker giving her team an opportunity and herself a chance to get off the ice. Here's Newmark. Newmark cross ice pass was guarded there by Anderson, and later on St. Amar. St. Amar with it now, right hand side off the stick of Thompson on the way through. Thompson, St. Amar, 2 imports in the corner. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. Cleared out to the opposite corner. Carmen Anderson with it now. Centre ice, past the stick of Davis Tope. Tope regains possession briefly off the boards. And that will come back. Anderson in the corner. Christina Julian with it now. Walks in, fires the puck, bobbles in the slot. The Sirens are there, and they do a great job to clear it out. It's good work there by Arps. The attack's not over. Davis Tope, Anderson in the slot, but Brunt there clears it for the Sirens. Raimondo almost does well to keep it in the slot. Counter-attack Sirens. Thompson wants it on the right-hand side. Firing. Thompson was there and thereabouts for the rebound, but was wide. Great initial pressure there from the Sirens from Medney. It'll come back Cleo Mayer. Up against Butler. Puck still free. Butler trying to clear it up again, up against Mayer. Battle up against the boards. Sirens still in possession. Partial line change for the ice. Sirens on the attack via Edney briefly. Battle up against the boards. And it's a foot race. Here's Anderson. Lang does enough. And that will come back all the way back down. Butler against Mayer. The puck still free behind the net. Zamboni corner. Good battle there. Godfrey, nice pass to Nelson. Nelson fires, rebound. Butler reacting to the rebound. Battle on the half wall. And the puck's frozen. So much to talk about in that little passage there, Sarah.
There is so much to talk about with lots of battles going on, girls skating hard, foot race, trying to maintain possession of the puck, looking for passing options. Ella Lakari makes a save on that drop down. There's a Melbourne Ice player that wants to get onto it straight away, but didn't quite finish it.
Great shift, Nelson.
Great shift. She was on the U18s team for Australia.
Neutral zone face-off. The back 2 players are just back off a little bit, go closer to the bench. Neutral zone face-off in front of the ice bench. Dutton, battle up against the boards. The puck moved. Dash now retrieving the puck for the ice. Clears it all the way back down, and that will come back for icing. 7:41 remaining in the second. Ice 4-2. Shots on now favouring the ice 22-17.
Talking about the shots on goal, we are just over halfway through this period, and the Sirens have only managed 2 shots this period. Yesterday, they only had 4 shots in the second period.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens. I want to spend some time down here. Lang battling up against the boards. Lang now in possession, fires, but sprays it wide. No action required by Pearce in the... not Pearce, she didn't need to do any action because she's not there. Kayla Best.
The other Kayla.
Yeah, the other one. Back now, battle up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. The puck eventually moves. The ice via Dutton trying to clear it out. Dutton clears it out to the half wall. Dash takes over from Baker. Entering the zone, Rowe. Rowe fires from distance. There's a rebound there and Sirens almost took advantage of it. What a rebound that was in the slot there over Caruso. Battle up against the boards. Cochrane with it now. Clears it out off the skates there of Caruso and out of the zone eventually by the ice. Cochrane now just happy to dump it in and come off for a change. Herink with it now. Right hand side, sending it back in the direction of the benches. Anderson now on the ice. Raimondo contributing. 6:30 remaining. Ice 4-2. Payne, Anderson, Caruso. Caruso trying to scoop it out. The puck's free. Lakari! She couldn't dive far enough even for her size. And Christina Julian cleans up in front. She had enough of it, we thought. Didn't complete the job, and Julian was just there to roof it.
Couldn't quite get there for Ella Lakari, but what this means for Christina Julian, if our stats are correct, congratulations on your 200th AW career points. What an achievement.
What an achievement. Neutral zone, back to centre ice we go. Ice 5-2. 6:17 remaining in the second period. We mentioned pre-game that Ella Curry's a tall goalie, but even she couldn't stretch far enough. There's a penalty coming. Hooking the call. Penalty box door will be opening. Special teams getting to work.
Could this be with Salma in the penalty box where the Sirens just pick up and dominate the power play like we know they can to try and narrow the goal lead?
McConey will take the attacking zone face-off against Butler. Start of the Sirens power play. The Sirens have one power play goal to their name today. Kept in the zone via Redney. Back now for Lang. Lang fires and scooped up there by Best.
I think Lang was looking to have a rebound option, but Kayla Best decided to stay on her feet and just drop her glove down low to scoop that one up.
Cochrane now. Butler. Ice on the penalty kill. Glove down by the Sirens by Lang that had to watch the offside. Sirens go offside.
I think we all kind of missed that one. She was so far behind. It's like, wait, hang on, how many numbers? But yes, they will reset. They're going to try and maintain possession of that puck and set things up.
98 seconds of power play for the Sirens. Ice looking to kill the penalty on their power kill, as we've heard it described more than once this season. Edney now behind her own net. Finds Thompson on the left-hand side. Thompson enters the zone now. Stops, props. Thinks about Newmark. Finds Newmark now. Newmark delivering to Lang. Top of the umbrella. Right-hand side. Edney fires. Deflected high. Great snipe there from Edney. Out of the zone. Sirens have to retreat. 1 minute of power play time remaining for the Sirens. Re-entering the zone via Redney on the right-hand side now. Thompson, right-hand circle. Thompson pressured by Cochrane. Looking for somebody in the slot. McConey's in the slot. Edney left all alone. Edney with a rebound. Cleared out by the ice. A couple of bang-bang opportunities. And then Thompson. Power play goal. It wasn't tight. He didn't need to be. And the Sirens are starting to climb the mountain on their way back.
Sirens indeed starting to climb ever so slowly. There's still plenty of time left in it. But they set things up. They find opportunities. Rebounds. No one sees the puck. It's there. You keep fighting for it. Thompson finally makes that puck, takes the shot, finds in the back of the net. Best loses her glove along the way. 5-3 still in favour of Melbourne Ice.
So another successful power play by the Siren, top power play in the league at the moment. So back to centre ice we go. McConey against Davis Tope. It'll come back for the ice. Raimondo just happy to promote the puck towards the net of the Sirens. It will come back for the Sirens now on the right-hand side from their point of view near the grandstand. Glove down to herself. It was good work there. Julian firing from distance. Raimondo, the puck was briefly free, but the Sirens were there in numbers.
Ella Lakari is a goalie that likes to take risks and big ones at that. But considering what the scoreline is, I feel like she's going to try and retreat a little bit and try to absorb everything she can.
Davis Tope against Newmark. Shots on goal favouring the Sirens 31-24 now. Back in towards Zamboni corner. Herring gets around Davis Tope. Help there by Caruso. Anderson with it now for the ice. Anderson backhanded shovel deflected wide by Lokari. Back now behind the net. Trying to fire from distance. In front! Anderson in front. What a reply from the ice. 6-3.
Just respond so quickly on that too. I don't think anybody was actually on her to see her. El Lakari just taking a little breather. There's enough black jerseys there, but also enough space for Anderson to take that shot and find its way through.
She created her own space.
She created her own space. 6-3. Back to the 3-goal lead.
Back to centre ice we go. 4:12 remaining in the second. 6-3 to the ice. Best just happy to paddle it down and control the puck. Leaves the puck behind the ice. Butler, Godfrey clears it out. Nelson showing skills there. Trying to find Butler. Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 4 minutes. Centering pass. Godfrey fires. Save by Curry into the corner. Godfrey chases her own rebound. Now they can clear it out via Arps. Arps clears it out. Finds Lang. Lang has some support there. Trying to find Brunt or Edney. Found nobody. Lang chasing her own puck and just leaves it behind as they're coming off for a line change. Both teams have had a line change. Back now. Marnie Poole and looking to zoom coast to coast. Crosses all the lines. Promotes the puck. Chases it herself. Gabby Arps. Defender on defender briefly. Back for Kelsey Lang. Clears it out. Uses the boards. Baker comes back. Baker sends the puck back. Now the ice go forward. Coming back for Cleo Mayer. Deflected off Raimondo on the way through. Nemesevic, Rava. Battle up against the boards. Dash. York, amongst others. Now cleared out into neutral ice by the Sirens. Great work there by McConey. McConey battling up against Steph Cochran. Former teammates, of course. Dutton clears it out. Only finds Lang for the Sirens. Sirens setting up for another wave of attack. Mayer just sending it backwards for the moment. Now they go forward on the left-hand side. Here's McConey in the slot. Pocket pick there. And there's a penalty coming.
I believe that's going to be hooking to EDT. Had Ava Caruso's stick just held onto it. Unintentionally, she's trying to claim it. But
this penalty does not compute. Emily Davis Tope is saying.
I don't belong in here.
I don't belong here. I belong over there.
But the Sirens are back on the power play.
Attacking zone face-off coming up and the start of another Sirens power play.
Not power play 1 though.
Power play 1 on the ice for the Sirens. It'll come back for Sam Payne. Battle up against the boards. Ice looking to clear it out. Sirens in possession. Via Edney. Reinforcements arrive. Crusoe. Good save there, and it needed to be. And controlling the rebound, Kayla Best.
I think what Kayla Best does best, haha.
You've been hanging around me too long, Sarah.
Not even dad jokes. Her positioning. She has great puck awareness. She knows where it is and she knows where to be. to be able to jump onto it.
Here's Anderson. Anderson promoting the puck. Ella Lakari, safety first, leaves it for Edney. Edney had Anderson coming down on her very, very strongly. Lots of pace between both players. Edney now. Minute 20 of the power play. Thompson, right-hand circle. Got McConey in front in the slot waiting for a rebound. Centering pass. Newmark was just a bit wide, but I like what they attempted there. Kept in the zone via Edney. Edney firing from distance, looking for somebody in the slot. Thompson fires, really had the stretch, and then she got a good shot off. Saved on the left-hand post there by Best.
So close, but I like how Edney chased that puck down. Ella Lakari had given it to her, and then she fed it all the way back up the ice, but she maintained possession of it. This last one, just Thompson couldn't connect on it right away, but Kayla Best had enough time to get there to shut it down.
One there by the Sirens. Back now for Edney. Power drive laying. Puck comes out of the zone. Edney, top of the umbrella. 50 seconds of the power play remaining. Newmark, cross-ice pass. Back for Edney, top of the umbrella. Left-hand side, it's now Lang. Lang down low, Thompson. Thompson now for Lang. McConey in the slot. Edney winds up, fires. The puck was free briefly, and Edney can't keep it in the zone, so she has to turn and chase. She sees Danielle Butler in the rearview mirror. 25 seconds of the power play for the Sirens remaining. Entering the zone now again. Edney winds up, fires, save there. She got enough on it. Best. And power play 1 must be ready to come off the ice for the Sirens. Lucy York now, part of power play unit 2. Behind the net, Newmark, Thompson coming off. 5 seconds of the power play remaining. Battle up against the boards. Newmark trying to find somebody in the slot. Penalty killed by the ice. Emily Davis-Tote back into the action. And a good penalty kill there from the ice, Sarah.
Indeed, a great kill from them as well. They disrupted the opportunities that the Sirens had.
Back now in good battle there, Godfrey. The Sirens were first to the puck though via Arps. Arps with it now, trying to cross the blue line, does so. Trying to find somebody in the slot, but there was nobody there. Caruso was probably the closest there. And all of a sudden, it's the end of the period, a highly entertaining period and a lot of scoring for you to keep up with, Sarah, for who scored in that period.
There was a lot, but if you actually take a look at the score sheet, there were 5 unanswered goals from Melbourne Ice across the first and the second period. In that second period alone, we had a goal from Anderson, then a goal from Godfrey, then a goal from Julian, and then a power play goal for the Sirens from Thompson, which was within, I can't math, less than 40 seconds, responded by Anderson to keep up the lead, the 3-goal lead. So heading into the second intermission, the Melbourne Ice are up 6 to the Sirens 3, but the Sirens somehow doubled their shots on goal, having 11 minutes of only 2 shots in that period. At 17 shots, they are now at 35.
That is absolutely amazing. Both of these teams fighting for their positions in finals. We will be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. The third period yesterday was very vital and game-changing for both teams. Let's see what happens. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. Melbourne Ice 6, Sydney Sirens 3. Back soon. Welcome back to Erina Ice Arena and welcome back to Chuckapuck. And Sarah, what a fantastic period of hockey we've got coming up. What happened in that period? Let's have a look at the stats head to head.
A lot happened in that period. So after the first intermission, it was 2-2, and suddenly it became 6-3 in favor of the Melbourne Ice. They stretched their lead. Sirens outshooting them eventually. 35 shots to Melbourne's 27. Goalie stats are in front of you. And then a couple of extra penalties for the Melbourne Ice, which meant that Sirens had a couple of extra chances on the power play and were able to score on 1 from 2 in that period alone. Has been exciting.
It has been. Let's have a look now at what both of these teams have coming up ahead of them. It's the last time that we'll see the Sirens here at home. So they have next weekend off, and then they go to play Adelaide Rush, who they're competing with for the 4th and final spot over in Adelaide.
And the Sirens, this is why they're fighting so hard to try and get all 3 spots, because they don't want it to come down to that final round in Adelaide, knowing that Adelaide still has a round in hand
against the Lightning. So they don't have an easy task, Adelaide. Having a look at the Melbourne Ice, and they go across the Nullarbor to face the Perth Inferno next weekend.
That's going to be a good battle.
Yeah, it is.
But that will also wrap up Melbourne Ice's regular season for them, so they can get prepared for finals. It'll be interesting 2 games between those 2 teams.
It certainly will. All the action on AWIHL.tv. As always, if you've missed the game, you can go that. We've had national teams announced, Sarah. Players from both teams are involved in the national team that will come up after the AW season.
Indeed. So always after the finals is when the national teams start really getting to work. So in April, they'll be heading to Slovenia. We've mentioned this before, but a shout out again to the Sirens representing in the green and gold: Steph Newmark, Adriana Herrick, Gabby Arps, Ebony Brunt, and Lucinda York. And for the Ice, we have Stephanie Cochran, Sharna Godfrey, Marnie Pullen, Christina Julian, and Emily Davis-Tope. Imagine having those 10 players on your team.
I know, right? We've got them right here, but on opposite teams. So it must be good for them, but it also must be hard for them as well. You know, you've competed with somebody for so long, and then all of a sudden you're on the same team. I got to experience it a little bit a couple of seasons ago now when Australia played New Zealand, and that was fantastic just to be able to see the national team on home ice. And so, of course, we wish all of our AW players the best as they represent Australia. They won last year in New Zealand, so they got promoted up a level.
They did indeed. So they are back in Division 2 Group A, which is absolutely where they belong. They had won it before, but of course COVID thought otherwise. It was actually the last IIHF tournament before everything got shut down, which meant they had nowhere to be promoted to because the subsequent divisions were not played. And then they had to fight to win again so they could finally get promoted. So it's nice to see them back in the division where they belong.
So we've got players back on the ice now for the 3rd and final period, our last period together, Sarah, for this regular season. Here we go, we're underway. Ice with it via Anderson now. Davis-Tope battling. It'll come back now for Arps. Arps now in front of the cafe. Battle up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Davis-Tope arrives. And the Sirens try and clear it out of their defensive end. Good pass, Katormson. On to Newmark. Back now for Katormson. Katormson with it. Zamboni corner. Getting around Raimondo. Scoreboard corner now. Looking for a lane that's open. Has Arps there. Drops it off for Arps, but almost hand delivers it to Julian. Edney has to come back. That's a good battle between her and Anderson. In the corner. Poppy Noon. Counter attack for the Ice, but out of the zone. That will come back for Marnie Pullen. And back now for Gabby Arps. Back into the neutral zone. Edney, Arps. Arps with it now. Partial line change for the Sirens. Katormson fires. And a good save there, and it needed to be. I wouldn't want to be behind that Shelby Katormson cannon.
I definitely wouldn't either, but it looks like the Sirens have had a couple of line changes going on. We had Steph Newmark out there with Katormson, and Edney, which we haven't seen before.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens. Brunt now. Glorieva's battling. Butler coming in as well. Butler denied a goal earlier. That will come back. Rowe fires off the stick of Butler on the way through. Now they clear it out. Pullen. Now clearing it out. Glorieva's. Shana Godfrey now entering the zone for the Ice. Getting around Herring. Can't pull the trigger on that one. And that will come back. Rowe tries to clear it out. Back for Butler. Lang battling. Melbourne Ice still on the attack. Weaving, swerving through traffic. Finding Godfrey firing up against McConey. That will come back for Nelson. Dutton fires from distance and Waikari just gloves it back up as easy as you like. And it must be good after that second period, Sarah, just to come back and ease yourself into that third period.
And even though that wasn't a threatening shot on net, when we see it here on the replay, it was not going towards the actual goalpost, but sometimes just holding onto it means that you get a breather and shut down momentum.
Back now, Mayer clearing it out for the Sirens, finds Caruso. Caruso bats it on, trying to find Schmitz, but in the way there was Dash. Out of the zone, back in the neutral ice. Here's Dutton now. Dutton with it now. Mayer. Sorry, that's Baker rather. And that will come back now for Dash. Dash centering and went wide. There's Mayer. And that will come back now for Baker. Cleo Mayer. Lucy York. Good work. Good battle up against the backboards in front of the cafe. Battle on the half wall. Caruso is involved. Mayer has got Payne for company. There's Payne. Annika Schmitz. Centering. Out of the zone now, back in the neutral ice. Baker just happy to promote it, come off for a change. Line change for the Ice. And here's an opportunity for Schmitz. Schmitz looks to fire. Julianne was there. Now the Ice can clear it out their right-hand side, past the grandstand. That'll come all the way back down for icing. And nice to see lots of fans in the arena.
It's always nice. We've appreciated it all season, and to all those that have made the trip from interstate, it's always been nice having you here and coming up and having conversations with us. We've always appreciated that, so thank you.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens. Thompson will take the face-off for the Sirens. Sirens win it. Firing but wide. No action required by Best. Back in the neutral ice we go. Centering. There was a mountain of ice there. Here's Thompson battling against St. Amar. Thompson now driving the net, but Anderson was there. Thompson falls awkwardly. Sirens still looking to go on the attack, but the Ice are there in their away whites. Davis Tope clearing it out, trying to find Julianne, but Edney was there. Anderson battling against Thompson. That's been a great battle. Anderson and Edney and also Thompson. St. Omar firing. Davis Tope. Left-hand side. Anderson up against Arps. Anderson, Arps. Noon. Into the corner. Ice trying to stay down here. Sirens trying to keep it out. Good battle there, Davis Tope. Poppy Noon. Clearing it out. Finding Newmark. Newmark pressured there by Anderson. Kept in the zone. Now out of the zone. Back in the neutral ice. Isabella Raimondo. Sirens change. And that'll come back for icing.
I almost thought they were looking to call for a sixth person because it was so close. Thompson here on the replay just sort of loses a little bit of a footing. There is a little bit of body contact in there as well, but obviously nothing illegal in that.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens. One there by McConey. Lang. Back now Herring. St. Amar. Up against McConey. The puck's in the slot. Rose selects power drive, but Anderson's there. Anderson for the Ice. Couple of goals to a name so far. That'll come all the way back for Raimondo. Sirens now cross ice pass. Here's an opportunity for Davis Tope. Davis Tope, now it's one-on-one. Davis Tope was patient, but Waikari was there. And Davis Tope sends it wide out of the zone. Ebony Brunt now. Brunt now looks to fire, squeezes herself through a gap, but it was great work by Pullen there. Davis Tope had an opportunity at the other end, works it out of her own defensive end. It'll come back for Rowe. Rowe delivering the pass, but back to Shana Godfrey. Godfrey fires, the puck bobbles, and Payne cleans up for the Sirens, battling against Butler. Butler now doing a mountain of work as she always does. Creates some space. Fires in front. The puck was free briefly, but it was flung out by the Sirens. The ice was sweating on it. Emily Davis Tope, amongst others, waiting for the rebound. Annika Schmidt's on the half wall now. Centering again. Lucy York first to the puck against Nelson. Scoreboard corner. 14 minutes exactly for this third and final period. No change to the second intermission score. Annika Schmidt's battling Pullen. Caruso there. Now the ice cleared out. Payne. York. York dispossessed by Nelson briefly. Line change. That could have been messy for the ice. Lorianis missed everybody and everything, but was touched on the way through. Mayer. Here's Baker. Centering. Got a siren stick on the way through. That was Cleo Mayer. Got herself a goal yesterday. Puck needs to continue to move right in front of the cafe. Sarah Dash taking over. Sarah Dash, Sarah Edney. Edney clearing it out, looking to cross all the lines as she has done on so many occasions. Weaves, swerves, can't have the final deke. Cochrane using the backdoor escape route. Finds Dutton up against Thompson. Lending a hand was Dash. Dash clears it out, centre ice, past the outstretched stick. And that will come all the way back down for icing.
At least in today's game, the puck is more consistent compared to last week. The puck's going exactly where the girls want to go. They're just not actually getting their stick onto it. But a few saves, that one just bounces. Ella Lakari just there in front. A few opportunities. Kath McConey clearing that loose puck in front of the crease as well.
So back to the Sirens attacking zone we go. 12 and a half minutes remaining. Battle up against the boards. Melbourne Ice in the hot seat and in the best position at the moment. 6-3. Puck comes free. Back now for Brunt. Brunt battling McConey there. Now clearing it out is Baker. Baker had pressure by Brunt. Line change for the ice. Now it will come back up. Sirens looking to attack now via Lang on their left-hand side. Lang against Raimondo. Christina Julien near the scoreboard for the ice. Clears it out. Herring pressured. Pocket pick there by Davis Tope. Davis Tope against Brunt. Emily against Ebony. Here's an opportunity. Anderson. Anderson back to Raimondo. Soccer skills back now for Anderson. Anderson finds some support by Saint Omar. Sorry, Julian. Anderson pressured in the corner there by Brunt. Trying to clear it out. Raimondo contributing. Anderson getting around Rowe. McConey in front. Brunt there can clear it out with some time and space by the Sirens. Back to neutral ice we go. Julian. Davis Tope. Here's a good battle. Harrington and Davis Tope. And it'll come back for Charlotte Rowe. Rowe clears it out. Funky bounce off the boards. Collision there. Ice still in possession. Backhanded shovel was wide by Davis Tope. She'll come off for a change. Reinforcements arrive from the ice after the line change. Godfrey attacks the slot. Nelson coming in. Gets around one. Trying to get around a second. Trying to find somebody in the slot but can't. Sirens are there. Sirens clear it out. Veronica Schmitz now. It'll come back now for Lang. Lang against Butler. Lang fires but was wide. It was great work by Butler to get back there. Nelson delivering the pass. Payne. Godfrey. Godfrey now entering the zone. Godfrey can't get a handle on that one. Ava Caruso there for the Sirens, looking to clear it out now. Clears it out, finds some support in Schmitz. Schmitz of the Annika variety, dumping it up, trying to find Caruso. But there was a Melbourne Ice player in the form of the Apex Predator. I can't do David Attenborough's voice, by the way. Back now for Schmitz. Schmitz entering the zone. It will come back for pulling underneath the scoreboard. 10:05 remaining. Ice up by 3. Butler uses the wall. Steph Newmark has to turn and chase. Butler with momentum. Sirens getting the better one of that one, clearing it out, giving the Sirens an opportunity to change. Back for Mayer, clearing it out. Battle up against the backboards now. Steph Cochran with it. Little bit of time and space. Right-hand side. Finds Baker. Baker right-hand side. Past both penalty boxes. It'll come back for Mayer. Mayer clears it out. In a neutral Ice. Ice just happy to fling it in via Cochran. Thinks about a change, but comes back. Newmark, 15 on 15. Cochran on Newmark. And we'll come back now for Dutton. Partial line change for the Ice. That will come all the way back for Cleo Mayer. Mayer trying to clear it out. Funky bounce off the boards. The paddle of Laikari was important there to clear it out. Edney, Ramundo, Davis Tope, centering. Good intercept there. Edney entering the zone. Newmark fires. Edney's still there. Newmark there. Tap, tap. And a good save there by Best to end that.
It was indeed. She made the initial save and the rebound popped out. The girls couldn't quite connect to it. Edney had just overshot it a little bit, overskated that one. Almost there, but a good save.
Attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. Firing, deflected there, good shot there from Lang. Brunt, trying to find McConey. Christina Julienne there. Centering pass, past the outstretched stick of Anderson, but Anderson causes the icing to be washed out. Anderson first to the puck there. Now Ramunda, did we just have some extra lights turned on?
I think so.
Back now for Julienne. In front, Davis Tope couldn't take advantage. The puck went nowhere near it in the end. Back for Anderson. Battle up against the boards. Sirens looking to clear it out. Left-hand side, St. Omar. In some traffic, Anderson. It'll come back for Ramundo. Ramundo fires in front. Anderson was there, tapping on the doorstep, waiting for a rebound. There was none. Anderson battling up against the boards against Herring. Julian's waiting for the puck, but Anderson's got her hands full of McConey. Sirens look to clear it out now. They clear it out. Here's Brunt up against St. Omar. Good foot race. Brunt regains possession, but the ice is there. Anderson taking over to do some of the hard stuff and getting ice out of the zone. Danielle Butler now getting around one, getting around Arps, getting around Brunt. Still in possession, forces a way through. Battle there with Arps against the boards. Butler still with possession. The puck balloons in the air. Godfrey trying to get it into the slot. And Sirens work it out of the defensive end via Lang. Lang and Glorianis there. It'll come back for Marnie Pullen, scoreboard corner. Sirens looking to go on the attack here. Pullen again, clears it out. Right, left-hand side. Here's Godfrey. Godfrey entering the zone. Godfrey fires but sprays it wide. Nelson for the ice, retrieving the rebound briefly. Battle on the half wall. Sarah Dash with it now. Dash with it for the ice. 6:45 remaining. Godfrey with it. Godfrey centering. Nice pass for Baker. But the puck rebounds well for Schmitz. Pocket pick there by Dutton. Here comes Baker. Partial line change for the Sirens. The puck's still free in the slot. Dash trying to convert. Kept in the zone by Cochran. Cochran keeps it in the zone for the ice. It will come back now for Herring. Herring with it. Clears it out of immediate danger for the Sirens on the left-hand side from their point of view. Here comes Edney. Edney with the puck now has got Caruso for company. Edney fires, was deflected, and it will come back. Ice clear it out now. Here's Baker. 6 minutes remaining. Baker just happy to ding it in. A bit of a confrontation there with Gatormson. Herring. Newmark clears it. Nice pass for Gatormson, but only found Ramundo. Raimondo doing great to be in that position. Ups, Thompson. Anderson fires, the puck's free. Emily Davis-Tape on the doorstep. Tap. And like Curry says, go away, I'm not interested.
Not today. Without trying to jinx this, both teams have only had 4 shots each this period. Well, maybe 5 each this period. And in the last 14 minutes, there have been no goals. Have I jinxed it?
I don't know, have you? Back now for Anderson. Anderson working down low. Save there. We're on similar wavelengths in the studio in the central commentary position.
We must be, but now we see the shot counts going up ever so slowly, so maybe that's all we needed.
5:30 remaining. Ice up by 3 goals. They don't want to be swept this weekend by the Sirens. The Sirens won yesterday 6-3. Oh, no, 6-4.
6-4.
Almost the same result. Gabby Arps, pressured there by Davis-Tape and Julian. Kept in the zone well by St. Omar. Rebound off the backboards for Davis-Tape. Davis-Tape turns, Julian, pressure there by Thompson. Thompson there. Thompson 3-on-2. Thompson right-hand side. St. Omar first. Has got Edney for company. Thompson now left-hand side, looking for Payne possibly. Finds Edney behind the net. Newmark's in the slot. Pocket pick by Anderson. Anderson clears it out. Anderson and also Thompson there. The puck balloons high into the air. Thompson getting the better. Nice stretch pass here for Newmark. Newmark can't fire. Nelson was there. That pass was fantastic. It'll come back now. Cleo Mayer. Gregorianis centering, or trying to centre at least. Here's Nelson. Nelson trying to squeeze through a gap. There were 3 Sirens in the immediate vicinity and the 4th one wasn't far away. And that will come back now for Ebony Brunt. 4:12 remaining. Marnie Pullen. Battle up against the boards. Lang. Pullen, McConey. Back for Sirens via Herring. Herring winds up, selects power drive, but it was gloved down there by Butler. Butler finds Nelson. Nelson with a great delivery to Godfrey. Godfrey, the stick. Oh, that was a big Captain Obvious cross-check that'll get called every week and twice on Sunday. Sirens will go to the power play for that one. And it will come back. Extra attacker coming on now. Sirens still in possession. Delayed penalty in favour of the Sirens now. Thompson with it. Trying to clear it out. Ice will touch up. 3:35 on the big clock. 2 minutes on the small clock, Sarah.
And that is Sharna Godfrey, who is heading to the penalty box. 3 minutes 35 left on the big clock, as you mentioned. Sirens have an opportunity here on the power play. Just watching that replay, Cleo Mayer did a great job of shutting down Sharna's shot, but a big cross check in the back right in front of referee Nick Eyre will always send you to the penalty box. Let's see if Sirens can make this power play work. Sirens
on the power play. Davis-Tape against McConey, and we'll take that one again. They'll show that cross-check at referee school.
Textbook cross-checking.
Possibly some clock adjustments going underway here. Sirens with it all to do. 3 goals the difference. 3:34 on the clock.
It is possible.
It is possible, and they do have the player advantage.
There you go, back to 2 minutes.
Clock's been adjusted. 3:35 on the big clock. 2 minutes on the small clock. Sirens now looking to go on the attack. Battle up against the boards. Thompson's back there. Thompson's got Lang on the left and McConey heading towards the slot. Thompson with it. Back now for Lang on the left-hand side. Lang thinks about a shot. Tries to deliver it to Edney. Battle with Davis-Tape. Here's Anderson now. Anderson enters the zone. Anderson fires and deflected wide there by Lakari. Battle up against the boards. Sirens with it. Trying to get it in a neutral ice now. Thompson, left-hand side. 3 minutes remaining. Back now for Edney. Edney can't fire. Anderson was there. Pulling there. Back now for Thompson. Thompson winds up in traffic there. Lots of players from both teams in front of Best. Thompson again and out of the zone, so the Sirens have to retreat. 1 minute of their power play remaining. Edney, Thompson, partial line change for the Sirens. Thompson winds up, but Pullen was in the slot, as was St. Amar. McConey, the puck went wide off the netting. St. Omar against Thompson, and Thompson will be going to the penalty box for that one, and we'll have 42 seconds of 4-on-4. Don't think she had any penalty box time yesterday, Shelby Thompson.
I'd have to go back check on my notes. Before that even unfolded, Thompson had a nice power drive shot on net, but it hit Salma in the hand, and you could see her straight away. She just held onto it, but kept going with the play, and then of course draws a penalty, and now we have 4-on-4. This is similar to yesterday.
2:17 on the clock. The Ice will get Shana Godfrey back in 42 seconds and Shelby Thompson in 2 minutes. Back now, Christine Dutton centering. Good shot there by Butler, trying to get the rebound off Waikari, who holds and saves. 2:09 remaining.
You would also be very mindful of who you've got in front of you right now that it is 4-on-4, and trying to save the legs to be able to get your lines out as you need to with the special teams.
Butler against Edney now. Christina Julianne. The Ice certainly in the box seat. Julianne down low. Butler trying to find Julianne again, but the Sirens were there. Looking to clear it out now is Brunt. Turnover though. Here's Julianne with it. Centering pass. Butler fires. Flung away there by Waikari. Kept in the zone by Cochrane. Minute 43 remaining. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 5 seconds. Godfrey out shortly. Firing from distance and reeling it back in. And we've got another penalty coming. Another cross check. Godfrey has just come out of the box. And a Sirens player will be going in. So we'll have a minute 17, a 5-on-3 for the Ice.
I can guarantee you Melbourne will not be pulling their goalie today.
No.
And Sirens will not be pulling their goalie with the situation that's out there. 1 minute 34 left on the big clock, but a 3-goal difference, and you're on the penalty kill.
Oh, this is an interesting lineup. Edney, Henrik, and also Mayer, and that is it. Anderson, cross-ice pass for St. Omar. The pass was a bit wide for Julianne. Back now for Davis Tope on the right. Anderson at the right-hand circle. Minute 20 remaining. 5-on-3 for the next minute for the Ice. They've got plenty of time. Back for Davis Tope. The pass was a bit hot, but pressured there. Getting around Mayer. Davis Tope finds Anderson on the half wall. Anderson now finds St. Omar. St. Omar fires, saved there on the first attempt and reels in the rebound. 57 seconds remaining on the big clock. 41 seconds and 1:24 on the small clocks.
There's a lot going on. It's very quiet here, up here in the stands, because of the situation. It's still all very exciting.
Lang against Butler. Sirens try and clear it out. Only makes it as far as the blue line as Cochrane. Ice now 50 seconds remaining. They're up by 3. Trying to fire, but was wide. Deflected on the way through. Marnie Pullen with it now. Pullen trying to find somebody in the slot. That was Baker. 35 seconds remaining. Kept in the zone by Cochrane. Deflected off the stick of Lang. It will come back. Arps. Baker. Ice looking for one more. Butler was there in the slot. Hand pass in the attacking zone will go outside with 25 seconds remaining. Thompson back in 9 seconds.
There's not a lot left. We're not putting the nail in the coffin yet. But the girls, they're fighting for it. Well done to Gabby Arps, just sliding across to prevent any sort of shot making its way to Ella Lakari.
Back to a neutral zone face-off in front of the Sirens bench. Sirens trying to clear it out via Mayer. They certainly won't give up. Thompson back on the ice now and takes over. Big don't argue with Danielle Butler. Back now for Pullen. Back now for Cochrane. The ice in 5, 4, 3, 2. Maybe I went a bit early. Cochrane, quite fittingly, will hold the puck. And the Melbourne Ice They win this one 6-3 against the Sirens. Both teams getting one win this weekend, Sarah, as they continue their battle for finals.
It is. It definitely is the road to finals now with these teams. The last home round for the Sirens. Both teams only with one round remaining, but fighting for points to hold positions. Nobody's technically clinched a spot yet for the finals, but they're all still trying to fight for everything they can get. The Sirens were hoping to take all 6 points away. Melbourne Ice were hoping to take all 6 points away. In the end, they end up splitting the weekend, but valuable points to keep them in the positions that they are in.
And quite interesting to note, no goals in that period.
No goals in that period at all, and not a whole lot of shots compared to what we saw certainly in the second period. Handshakes all round. The girls will likely see each other in the finals, so this is just thanks for the regulation season.
Now, if they don't see each other on the ice, they'll certainly see each other in the corridors.
They will indeed. So the top four, as we know, they make it through to finals. Back in the day, everyone made it into finals, so it almost didn't matter how the season went because you knew you would be in finals. But now with 6 teams in the league, and how awesome is it to have the league expand, you actually have to fight every round to secure your spot. And
for the Sirens at least, it could come down to the final weekend in Adelaide, but they have a weekend off. The Sirens, the Melbourne Ice go to Perth next weekend. Stick taps all round for both teams. The home supporters here for the Sirens in Erina, and the travelling friends and family of the Melbourne Ice women. Recapping the goal scorers for you for the Melbourne Ice. 2 goals to Carmen Anderson, 1 to Sarah Dash, Emily Davis-Tope, Shana Godfrey, Christina Julienne, and Danielle Butler just missed out on 1. And for the Sirens, 2 goals to Shelby Thompson and 1 to Sarah Edney.
Lots of goal scoring this weekend. If I had 19 goals?
Something
all
like
up,
that, yeah.
Something like that. See if I can map that right. Lots of stats, but that's all online, so you can go and look it up. We do know that the historical stats are not completely accurate online, but lots to celebrate here as well with these teams. Lots of great hockey action, as always, live and free on AWIHL TV. And
we have a lot coming up in these next couple of weeks before finals.
We do indeed, so stay tuned, watch all the games, and how good's finals weekend going to be?
So coming up very shortly, you'll be saying goodbye to us and hello to the Ducks and Lightning game, just starting the third period in Melbourne at ISHQ at the Duck Pond. Sarah, fantastic to be alongside you. You're an absolute legend of the sport, and it's great to be alongside you for this season as always. Thank you, friend.
Thank you, friend, so much. Such kind words. It's always wonderful doing this with you.
Thank you. And thank you as always to our hard-working Thought Fox media crew and everyone at the AWIHL. On YouTube, head over now. Melbourne Ducks taking on the Brisbane Lightning for the third period of play. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Thank you.